Oh, what's going on, my trainer club? We have one of the biggest events of Pokemon Go's history coming out this weekend, and plus there's a special event in there that we need to know about, so I'm gonna break down my top 5 tips to help you maximize shinies, XP, Stardust, special event. Here we go! Woo! I am so excited about this event because number one, we are getting every single community day shiny all in one place at the same time. So before I get into this, number one, I want to know what is your favorite shiny that we've seen so far, and two, drop a sub so that you can get more of my awesome content, which there's going to be a lot coming up because of all of the new additions that I believe are coming to Pokemon Go. So this event is going to start on Friday for us, which I am Pacific time, and this is going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Mountain time is going to be 2, Central time is going to be 3, Eastern time is going to be 4 for the US. And then it's going to go all the way till December 2nd at 11 p.m. Pacific time. So for the East Coasters, you guys are ending at 2 a.m. So if you got some late night grinders, this event is going to be for you. You can take it all the way to the top. The other thing that I did not cover in the other video, which I kind of overlooked, I will admit it, is that there is a special bonus date and time event going on in the middle of this, which means during the middle there's a 3-hour window which appears to be like another community day, which could be another shiny unreleased Pokemon that we don't even know yet. We have no idea what this is. They haven't dropped any of the hints yet. I haven't seen any of the leaks yet. As soon as I do, I will let you know. But this event for the Middle East, Africa, India is going on December 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the Americas and Greenland, we're doing December 1st as well. 11 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Mountain time, 1 p.m. Central time, 2 p.m. Eastern time for 3 hours. And then for Asia Pacific, December 2nd from 12 to 3. So we really need to make sure we are ready for this event. This event, I don't know what it is, but I am so excited to see what it is, and I can't wait to release that to you guys. So let's get into this. We just want to make sure that we know all of the shiny potentials from the community days. We have starting with Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Dratini, Eevee, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Mareep, Larvitar, and Beldum. Woo! Those are some serious firepowering guys. And we also need to know that these guys are going to have their special exclusive community day moves during this event. So you need to make sure to evolve your Pokemon if you have any saved up. And if you watch my other video and you've been taking my tips and you've been trading and trying to get luckies, make sure to evolve those guys so that you can get your exclusive moves, because these moves go legacy after these events, which means that they are no longer available for you guys to get once these events are over. The only way to get them after that is to trade for them. You cannot evolve and you cannot TM to get these moves. So they are very special, and some of these guys have extremely powerful moves. So along with those move sets, my number one tip is going to be evolve to get as many of these Pokemon as you possibly can, because you can always trade their evolves with their moves later, but what you cannot do is evolve and TM later, like I just mentioned. So the Pokemon we must evolve and get as many of them as we can, because their moves are very effective for their typing, is Bulbasaur to Venusaur with Frenzy Plant. That move is absolutely dominant, one of the best grass moves in the game. It puts Venusaur at the basically top attacker for the grass Pokemon. The number 2 is going to be the Charmander to the Charizard with the Blast Burn. Blast Burn is very effective and also puts Charizard in one of the top tiers for the fire attackers with that moveset because of how effective it is. And the Blastoise with the Hydro Cannon is a very effective move. However, what doesn't happen is he does not get a big boost in damage potential. So that move, being one of actually the best moves in the game, does not do all that much for Blastoise, but it is a very effective move to have. And the top 3, last but not least, is going to be the most effective moves for their Pokemon types. Is number 1 going to be Tyranitar. Tyranitar with Smackdown is one of the top tier rock attackers that we have. I don't think he's going to get dethroned in quite a while if he ever does. So this is one of the moves you must have. Trade, evolve, get as many as you possibly can. You can always trade them later. Number 2, we're looking at Dratini to Dragonite with Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor is extremely effective, and it is a very good move for Dragonite. And then the last but not least is going to be the Beldum, all the way to Metagross, and that is going to be the Meteor Mash. That move is a very effective steel Pokemon, puts him at one of the top attackers in the game, so that is another must move to have. So make sure to evolve as many of these guys as you can, get their movesets. It doesn't matter their IVs because you can always re-roll in a trade later, so capitalize on as many of these elite movesets as you possibly can. And then number 2, in order to capitalize on the elite movesets, we need to have enough Pokeballs, we need to have enough bag space, and we need to have enough Pineapple Berries. So this is super crucial. Make sure to stock your bag up. I have been extremely depleted on these Pokemon, and most of them are extremely rare. Larvitar, rare. Beldum, rare. Eevee, not rare. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, depending on your region, not so rare. Same with the Gen 2 starters. So make sure to pineapple these guys as much as you possibly can. Stack up the candy, and you don't need to hoard that candy because most of us have these guys powered up already. Make sure to evolve them during the community day events to get their moves, stockpile those Pokemon with their specials. And that brings me to my number 3 tip, is to make sure to use incense. Number 2 is going to be your lucky egg. Number 3 is going to be your star piece. So I will be constantly running this at all times because it is going to be the most effective thing that we can possibly do to maximize on the double catch Stardust and also on the double catch XP, because these guys are going to be boosted throughout the entire weekend. So we are going to be able to maximize, get as much as we can, get that 1.5 multiplier on the Stardust with the star piece, and then get that 2 times multiplier on the catch XP on top of the 2, which makes it 4. So this is very crucial. It's going to help your XP game. It's going to help your Stardust game, which is the hottest commodity in the game. So make sure to maximize that. Which brings me to my number 4 tip. I haven't mentioned this one before, but I'm going to recommend that you run the Gacha or your Plus, whichever one you're going to plan to use, at all times, even when you're not willing to play. Because think about this, if you're driving from A location to B location, you have your Gacha on, you're going to be catching in the background at all times. You are going to have a higher chance of getting shinies, you're going to have a higher chance of getting XP and Stardust at the same time. So that is my tip, is just keep the Gacha running, but that means you're going to have a lot of Pokeballs in the background, because those things eat through Pokeballs. You get a 50-50 chance of catching or running, and then as the Pokemon get higher and higher on the CP, the higher chance of them running. But this is going to help you maximize everything during the entire event, even when you're not consciously playing. If you're not consciously playing, you can't catch a shiny, but at least you can get that 50-50 chance running the Gacha or the Plus in the background to catch a shiny when you're not consciously able to play. Let's say you're at work, let's say you're driving. You're not able to play looking at your screen, but you're able to play in the background. And then my number 5 tip is the all-inclusive tip. Number 1, make sure to be in a place that gets lured often. Like I say a lot, you can go to Central Park in New York. There's a lot of lures popping all around that place at all times. You can go to the different suburbs. You can go to different cities. You can go to the downtown cities. I highly suggest getting to a very densely spawned area. So if you're close to a major city like Chicago, New York, Vegas, whatever that is, go to that city during the event and grind there, because you will be getting a ton more Pokemon in those locations than you would be otherwise in other locations, which I'm assuming they're going to boost these spawns during this event. What I also suggest that you do is to use the quick ball catch trick, which I have covered in a lot of my videos. If you have not seen this catch trick yet, make sure to watch the end of the video. I am going to drop the quick ball catch trick explanation in here for you guys, but not put it in the middle because it may seem a little redundant for those people that follow my videos very often. So what I want you guys to do is to absolutely be your best this weekend. If you don't play often, or you have friends that haven't played or have missed Pokemon, right now is their time to play. I will be making a video highlighting why they need to play and why right now is the best time to play Pokemon Go. And then the other thing I also wanted to point out is that I believe that they will be putting these Pokemon in eggs as well, or some of them already are as well. So what you need to do is turn through your eggs, because you have a higher chance of hatching a shiny, which means it's going to be a good IV shiny. Because during the Mareep event, I had my friend Nabil in Smyrna hatch a shiny Mareep, which ended up being around a 91%. So make sure to IV check all your guys, make sure to be out there grinding, make sure to be having your star piece, your lucky egg, your incense, everything on at the same time. Make sure to expand your bag to 2,000 if you haven't done so, because right now is the event to do so. And then make sure to have the most amount of fun in the best location for you guys. So tune in after this to check out the best quick ball catch trick method. I will see you guys out there grinding on the shiny day for community day. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I will see you out there. Here we go, guys. We are going to learn how to do the quick catch trick in Pokemon Go. So the first thing we need to do is obviously locate a Pokemon. And this works for any type of ball. So go ahead and select the ball you want. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to push down on the ball tray and slide it over. Notice how my finger that pushed down on the ball tray is still on the screen and never lets go of the screen. So then with the other hand, this is going to take two hands. You can then pick the ball up. And notice when I do let go of the ball tray, it is going to pop out like that. So that's basically the premise of what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and use a berry. And then for all the left hand throwing players, you can also do this with the left hand, which you're going to put your right finger over the berry tray, and then you're going to throw with your left finger. So first we're going to do it with the right hand throwing player. So I pull that ball over, I go ahead and wind up, and I let go. And as I let go, you notice, boom, I pop the berry tray open by letting both fingers go, and the run button has popped up in the top left corner, and you go ahead and click that. So it was a little bit difficult to see there, but boom, look, the Oddish is in your bag. So that is the trick and the key. So here we're going to do this with the Piplup. We're going to go ahead and do it with a left-handed throw. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a berry, and then I am going to go ahead and pull that berry tray over with my right finger, keeping my right finger on the screen, wind up, and then whenever I'm ready, it's a little hard for my left hand, go ahead and throw that and release it. And you can just click out right away, or you can wait until the three tricks and then go ahead and click in that top left for that run button, and boom, you caught that guy and he is sitting in your bag, that little Piplup right there. So that is how you do it. So the first thing we're going to do is take our non-throwing hand and we're going to place it on the tray ball. We're going to pull it over. Once we pull it over, we're going to take our other hand. So we have two hands on the screen and we're going to wind up and throw. Once that happens, we let go of the ball and the tray comes out as shown in the box. Once that tray is out and we hit the Pokemon, we then click on the screen outside of the tray, which will then close the tray. So once the tray is closed, we can now click run from this Pokemon, because the run button has now glitched and is still up in the top left, so we don't have to see the shake screen anymore. And once I clicked run, I then click on the Abra and boom, I have an error message. And some of you may be like, what does that mean, having an error message on the screen when you click on a Pokemon? Did it despawn? The answer is, let's check our bag. Boom, that Abra is now in our bag so that we have him, and we did not have to watch the shake, 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 catch, then click OK type screen. So watch this in fast motion. This is real speed. Gonna go ahead and hit that Paris, click out. Gonna hold down on the ball tray, pull it over, throw it at the Ghastly, click out, run, and then go on to my next Pokemon. I'm gonna go ahead and use this for an Ultra Ball. Pull over, click out. So this is real speed of how quickly I can catch these Pokemon. And I will show you in a second what my bag looks like. So here we go again. We're gonna hold the non-throwing thumb on the ball tray, let it go as you throw, after you throw it, once you hit the Pokemon. And some of you guys may want to watch this again just to make sure that you get the initial part. And as you see me click on these guys, those guys have already been caught. As you'll see in 1 second, there was a Nidoran here that I did not get. Boom, all gone. And there it is, each one of those Pokemon sitting in my bag. At that speed, you can encounter an incredible amount of shinies and candy all at the same time without having to compromise.